Welcome to all in the physics lecture. In the last session, we have studied magnetic dipole moment and magnetic potential energy. So this magnetic dipole moment, it is given by the formula mu is equal to NIA, and magnetic potential energy is given by the formula U is equal to minus mu b cos of theta. Now in this session we will study Biot-Savart law. So this Biot-Savart law, it is basically used to find out the magnetic field produced by this current carrying wire. Okay. So as we have seen that the magnetic field is produced by current carrying wire. Now we will find the value of magnetic field produced by this current carrying wire. Okay. So consider this figure. This is the current carrying wire of arbitrary shape. Okay, this is the current carrying wire of arbitrary shape. That is, current I is flowing through this wire. Okay, and this wire is made up of a very small element of length dl. Okay, this wire is made up of very small element of length dl, and this cross sign shows that the magnetic field is in inward direction. Okay, this cross sign shows that this magnetic field is in inward direction. When current I is flowing through this wire, then we get this term IDL, and this IDL, it is nothing but the current element. Okay, this IDL, it is known as current element, and this current element, it is a vector quantity as it have magnitude as well as direction. Okay, so the direction of this current element is along the current flowing through the wire. Okay, so the direction of this current element is along the current flowing through the wire. Now this is point P, which is at a distance r from this current element IDL. Okay, this is point P, which is at a distance r from this current element IDL, and theta, it is the angle between this current element and r bar. Okay, theta, it is the angle between this current element IDL and r bar. Now we have to find the magnetic field at a point P produced by this current element IDL. As we have considered a very small portion of the wire, so magnetic field is also small, that is dB. Okay, so dB, it is a magnetic field for only this small portion of the wire. Okay. Now this magnetic field dB at a point P produced by this current element IDL, it depends on these four factors. So the first point is magnetic field dB is directly proportional to I, that is current flowing through this wire. Okay, so as I is the current flowing through this wire, and if value of current increases, then magnetic field also increases. That is, larger the current flowing through this wire, then larger is the magnetic field dB. So dB is directly proportional to I, that is current flowing through the wire. Now the second point is magnetic field dB is directly proportional to dl. That is, this magnetic field, it is depends on the length of the element. If larger the length of the element, then larger is the magnetic field. So we get dB is directly proportional to dl. Now the third point is magnetic field dB is directly proportional to sin theta. That is, this magnetic field, it is depends on this angle between current element and r bar. If angle between this current element and r bar is 90 degree, then we get a maximum value of magnetic field, because sin 90 is equal to 1, and we get a maximum value of magnetic field. But if angle between this current element and r bar is 0 degree or 180 degree, then this point P may be on this current carrying wire, and we get a minimum magnetic field, or it may be 0. Okay, if angle between this current element and r bar is 0 degree or 180 degree, then we get a minimum magnetic field, or it may be 0. So this magnetic field, it is depends on sin theta, because sin theta gives a maximum magnetic field. Now the last point is dB is inversely proportional to square of distance between this current element and point P. Okay. So as we know that electric field or gravitational field obeys this inverse square law. Similarly, this magnetic field also obeys this inverse square law as it is a vector quantity. So dB, that is magnetic field, it is inversely proportional to square of distance between this current element and point P. Now combining all these equations, we get dB is directly proportional to I dl sin theta upon r square, where I is the current flowing through the wire, dl is the length of the element, sin theta it is the angle between current element and r bar, and r square it is the square of distance between current element and point P. So we get dB is equal to k into I dl sin theta upon r square. So this k, it is a constant, and this value of k is mu 0 upon 4 pi. So we get dB is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi I dl sin theta upon r square, and this is your equation number 1. And value of mu 0 is 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere. Okay, value of mu 0 is 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere. And this mu 0, it is known as permeability constant of free space. Okay, this mu 0, it is known as permeability constant of free space. Now we have to find the direction of this magnetic field. So for vector dB bar is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi I dl sin theta upon r square into r cap. Now this r cap, it is the unit vector. So dB bar is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi I dl sin theta upon r square. Now the value of this unit vector r cap is r bar upon magnitude of r. So here we get r bar upon r. So dB bar is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi I dl into r bar sin theta. Okay, I dl into r bar sin theta upon r cube. Now here multiply by r to this r square, we get r cube. So dB bar is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi I dl r sin theta upon r cube. Now we know that for dot product we get a bar. If a bar dot b bar, then we get ab cos theta, and for cross product we get ab sin theta. Now here it is the sin theta, that is here the cross product of dl and r. So from this equation we can write dB bar is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi I into dl bar cross r bar. Okay, from this equation we can write dl bar cross r bar upon r cube, and this is your equation number 2. So this equation 1 and 2 represents the Biot-Savart law. Okay, this equation 1 and 2 is known as Biot-Savart